Here are my 2025 favorites as a watercolor artist and stationery fan. Hey, sorry for all of this. I'm at home for the holidays since I'm not in school right now, so that's why I'm doing this video for the end of the year. Today I'm going to be talking about my 2025 favorites when it comes to like journaling, stationery, art stuff, watercolor, stuff like that. I'm going to start with the stationery. So first is fountain pens. This year I discovered fountain pens and my favorite, the TWSBI Eco. I am going to be transparent here. I only own TWSBI Eco fountain pens so far, and the main reason for that is because cartridges I feel like would run out too fast. I like to sketch a lot out in public or at my school, and I obviously don't bring a bottle of ink with me everywhere I go because that would be very inconvenient. So I've mostly stuck to these because they can hold so much ink. Like, I don't have to fill these until like a week after my last fill, so that's really nice. But also, I'm starting to wonder what I'm missing. So we'll see for next year. I do have a lot of these. Mostly, the draw for me is I draw with them. So I like the different nib sizes and also having different colors of ink. I've just started dabbling in colored inks. I've just done black and gray for a long time, but I've also mostly done permanent inks, and I was like, why would I ever use an ink that's not archival and not permanent? But then I tried the Diamine, and this is Red Dragon, and it is such a pretty color that I have not seen anywhere in permanent inks, which really is so sad. Speaking of inks, my ride or die since starting with fountain pens has been the Atramentis, specifically their document inks, because I can paint over them. They are waterproof. I have had no issues with running or bleeding as long as you wait for everything to dry. They are really nice for either just sketching. I use them for everything because I like the thought that my things will not easily be erased and I'll be able to keep them for a very long time. When it comes to most fountain pen inks, a lot of them are not waterproof, so they can just wash away, and that is very sad to me. So we'll see if I stick with these, but I've mostly just done black, and then I've also diluted it to make it gray. I did this with water originally and it worked well, and then I got the dilution solution for their document inks, and it like separated my pigment from the dilution stuff, so it like ruined my ink. So I don't know, maybe water's just a better solution for that. Next is my journals. I have been influenced, I will say. Paper Republic portfolio. I looked at the Grand Voyagers and I was like, I could probably DIY that, but these with the pockets, honestly I hate sewing and I hate anything with needles and thread, so the pockets were a super huge draw for me because it's just, I can keep so much in here. So this one is my A5. This is my A5. I have been carrying this with me everywhere. It's pretty heavy. I would carry it in this medium Delfonics pouch. It's one of the water repellent ones because it rains a lot and I have to walk everywhere, so I was constantly worried that it would get wet and get ruined. So I would keep it in there, and I would just carry that Delfonics pouch as a bag, basically, with a strap on it. But it is pretty heavy, which is, you know, not super convenient. I kind of use it as my art bag, but now I have an A6, which is going to be my everyday carry from now on, and I'm also using it as a wallet. So I have a small Delfonics. It's also water repellent because I'm constantly anxious about it getting wet. But what I do with this one is I just use the carabiner and I clip it to my belt loop, and so it's kind of just like an outside pocket to keep it in there. And then I can also, you know, keep things in here. This stuff doesn't really fall out, even though it's, you know, hanging. So yeah, this one is just as nice as the other one. Obviously it's newer based on how it looks, but I've got 3 A6 inserts in here. I did originally have 4, but I will tell you what I did with that last one, which is this one, which I was going to use for like art stuff. But I've discovered another thing that I will cover in this video. That is where I carry this. So this is a Pen Quiver. I think that's the brand. I have it around my belt here, and what I do is it fits an A6 notebook. So I put the notebook through here, and then when that's on there, I usually have a Penco clampy clip for keeping it open, and a fountain pen. This one's a Parker Sonnet, and I just carry it around like that, and it's super duper convenient for whenever I need to take quick notes or just want to do a drawing or whatever. Now I'm going to get into art stuff. So I've been using this for a couple years now. This watercolor palette is my favorite thing ever. It's tiny, and it has this to hold it. If you want to like do plein air stuff, I don't do too much of that. I'm usually either at my art school or at home or at a cafe or whatever. So it's usually sitting on a table, which you can also do. But it might just look like a little palette from here. Also, these pan separators do come separately. It is the Portable Painter Micro, and you have to get the pan separator separately. I use tubed Schmincke brand watercolors, and I fill these, so I have a split primary and then a bunch of convenience colors going on. And so what I do, or how this works, is you can slide these out. You can close the box, put it in this other piece that was just attached, and then this goes on like a lid, and it can travel super easy. It's so convenient for painting on the go, which is also why I like these. This is the Silver Black Velvet watercolor brush. This is an 8. I think this was the largest I could find. This is a travel brush. So the entire draw of a travel brush is that it comes apart and you put the bristles in here to protect them so that you can travel with it and the bristles won't get damaged. I honestly probably would never buy a normal paintbrush again. I go places to paint very frequently, and I can use these at home as well. Like, there's no like downside to it, you know? So it's super convenient, and I love these a whole lot. They're also just really nice fibers to paint with, and it has a hole in the end, which means if you put it in there while wet, it won't grow mold. Innovation is wonderful. Next thing, something I've got recently as well. This is by Paint Puck. Is that upside down? No. This is, yes it is. This is by Paint Puck. This is one of their newer designs. Your brushes can go anywhere around here or in here, and it has stuff at the bottom to clean your brushes off, as well as you can mix down here. This is gray. I really wish it came in white. As a watercolor artist, you know, gray is not super helpful when your paint is transparent, but it comes in other colors, just not white. But gray is good for like acrylic and oil, but you're probably not gonna be using this for oil. I don't know. The great part about this is, again, I travel a lot to paint, to my school or at cafes. It folds down, so it's super compact. I'm pretty sure this part here you could also like put on a keychain or whatever to carry it somehow. And it's really easy to carry, which is something I look for. I've seen other cups like these. Most of them like still have, like, they go up a little higher than this, and it's, you know, not super great to carry, but this one goes completely flat, which I really like. Thank you for watching this janky video and under my bed. I hope this was entertaining, at least. This is one of my only videos that I've posted on this channel. I usually just recycle shorts, so hopefully I'll get to making more videos like this, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Bye bye.